Hey everybody, it's January 26th. It's a momentous day today. It is the last day of a cycle that's been going on for 165 years, and that is Neptune ending its cycle, moving from the beginning of Aries to the end of Pisces. It will enter Aries today at 12:37 p.m. That's Eastern Daylight Time to start a brand new 165-year cycle. So nobody alive has ever witnessed this before. Depending on how old you are, Neptune usually takes about 14 years to go through a sign. If you're 28, if you're about ready to have your first Saturn return, you've gone through Neptune moving through 2 signs, right? And on and on and on. So there's the chart today. This is we're at 8:57 a.m., just about 4 hours away from that. Neptune has been sitting at the very last degree of Pisces for the last few months, and that's why everything's been so intense, so emotional. All of the shit coming up from the bottom, all the underworld, that's Neptune. Neptune and Pluto are also in cahoots, supporting each other, as is the planet Uranus. So yes, revolution, freedom, the underworld, seeing through the secrets. Neptune is addictions and idealism and worshiping false gurus and oil and glamour, and it's all going to go away. So the 5-alarm fire starts today. The first stage of the 5-alarm fire starts today at 12:37 p.m. when Neptune enters Aries to stay. Now, this started March 23rd, 2023. It's just kind of latching into place now. On February 13th, 14th, Saturn will join Neptune in Aries, and then they're going to have a very historic meeting February 20th, 2026 at 0 degrees in a few minutes of Aries. But that hasn't happened in over 6,000 years. And it's a major, major turning point. So all of you Pisces people ruled by Neptune in modern astrology, get ready to get lit, very literally. The energy is going to shift. So all of the exhaustion we've all been feeling from all the planets that were in water, then they moved into Earth. They were all in Capricorn at the beginning of the month. You can see they're all aligned in Aquarius. And then tomorrow is a big red letter, a big atomic bomb day when Mars conjuncts Pluto. I hope it's not literal. But yes, angry mobs, people fighting for revolution, people speaking their minds. It's the old, hey, what's that sound? The 1960s were seeded by Pluto and Uranus coming together in Virgo. That was just the seeding stage. These things take a long time. It's still going to take a long time for all these changes to happen. But you can see today Mars, Pluto, and the Sun within 4 degrees of each other, Mercury, Venus. It's a very Aquarian time right now, okay? So we want to get set to move into the brave, forward thinking. Aries rules the head, Aries rules the face, Aries rules just jumping into the fire. It's kind of fearless. It is the big bang degree right now as Neptune enters Aries. You got to remember, this is a whole new cycle starting. And we're going to be angry, we're going to be spontaneous, we're going to be competitive, we're going to be all about me. So the Neptune and Pisces, la-di-da, since 2011. Think back about what's gone on in your life since 2011 when Neptune entered Pisces, the sign it rules, where it really amped up the glamour and the glitz and the fake news and the viruses and the oil and the hidden things and the secrets and the mental illness and the addictions and the illusions and the delusions about, oh, whatever I imagine I am, that's all going to be finished, okay? Fire. Think about the qualities of fire. I used to do these workshops where I worked with dividing people just into 4 elements. The qualities of fire. It's the sun. It's light. It's spirit itself. It's direct knowing, the heat, the life force. It's alive. I'm alive. It's pure survival. It's, again, every man for himself. It's the lone wolf. It's the Amazon warriors. You have to fight your own fight. Yes, the working together and all that, that's Aquarian energy, that's Uranus entering Gemini, controlling of the airwaves, but right now we're just talking about pure fire. So all the fire signs are going to benefit, of course. Leo, Sagittarius. Neptune will only move 4 degrees this year, so if you're born in the first 4 days of Aries, or if you have planets in the first 4 degrees of Aries, or Leo or Sagittarius, you will be affected by that. Also, all the signs that are in cardinal, 0 degrees Aries is the first cardinal sign. It represents the first day of spring. So, of course, at the spring equinox and at every equinox and solstice, the degree that Neptune triggers, literally today, will be lit and kind of firecracker out from then. Okay, so get ready to start a brand new dream. There's so many adjectives and poetic terms. Neptune rules poetry and imagination and spirituality and creativity. It's great for artists. The last time Neptune entered Aries, photography became publicly available. Yes, the Civil War started the day before Neptune entered Aries in 1861. Astrologers are just waiting for that to go off. It looks like it is from Minneapolis, unfortunately. And, civil wars everywhere because people are waking up. So if you've been asleep since 2011, many of you have been, the wake-up call, you're going to have to just act. You're just going to have to, move forward. There's no hesitation. There's no thinking about it. There's no, projecting, excuses, denial, none of that anymore. The house is on fire. You have to survive. So, fight fire with fire. Walking on fire is going to be popular again as a spiritual thing. No more, again, fake astrologers, TikTok, whatever's, all of that gone, burnt to a crisp. So, burning things was considered to be a positive thing to send prayers. The smoke is considered the way to get messages to heaven, to the higher worlds. Aries is very, very competitive and very impatient. So there will be zero patience again. So people are going to be very angry, rules fast cars, living dangerously, it's like, I'm young, I'm alive right now, I don't care. It's like that kind of energy. So your dreams have to take on that kind of urgency as well, right? Like fire warms, it cooks our food, it can be really safe, but also burn things out, so be careful about burning out in a way that you're not used to, like, because Neptune still rules Pisces, and that's your own spirit, your own emotional body. Be careful to not get burned out as we transition into this fire and air elemental age, which started when Jupiter and Saturn came together on December 21st, 2020, starting a whole 20 and a whole 200-year cycle. So we're getting used to this. If you have a lot of fire and air, which are considered to be traditionally masculine archetypes, everybody has both, then you're going to be in your zone because you're going to know how to work these elements, how they work. They just kind of go, they get fired up, they're inspired. If you have a lot of water and earth, it might be a little difficult for you to get used to adjusting to how fire feels, right? So it can be very beautiful, very expansive, very much about being your own guru, being your own spiritual authority. There will be new religions. There's going to be religious wars. I mean, we're just reading all the meanings of Neptune in Aries, right? And reading the current situation that we're at, right? So, yes, there will be collaborations and people ideally working together still. Air represents ideals in a way as well. But it's just adjusting to you're all on your own, okay? You're on your own. That's the wake-up call. It doesn't mean that you don't need other people or there isn't relationships, but especially for Libras, I think it's going to be a bit of a shock to have Neptune opposite you. And if you're Libra rising, then that Aries energy is going to happen in your 7th house, and you're going to be very independent, and you'll want to be alone, So if you want to get in touch with me to find out how this energy is going to affect you for the next 14 years, please get in touch with me. I'll do an in-depth dive. Now, got to remember that Aries is ruled by Mars. So wherever Mars is, and Mars moves very quickly, it will affect how Neptune, which is very much a chameleon-like planet, it's a shapeshifter. So the mood, the action, the energy, the fire, the passion, the drive, the testosterone will shift all the time. So you're going to have to get used to changing gears all the time, right? So you're going to have to get very adaptable, even though it's a cardinal sign. Pluto in Aquarius, that's a fixed sign, and Uranus is going to be moving into Gemini, which is a mutable sign, and they're going to very much dominate, right? And then Jupiter will enter Leo later this year. More fire, more fuel on the fire, okay? So wishing you all the best. Think about, what you've gone through for the last 14, 15 years, what your dreams have been like, and also what your dreams have been like for the last few days. I've had a couple of major, amazing dreams the last few days. Give thanks to Neptune, give him a little drink, and get ready to jump into the fire. Sending you blessings. If you want to get in touch with me, I'm at taratarot.com.